Well, hi, welcome back to Behind the Block once more. Thanks for joining me again. Today I'd love to show you how we prepare these lovely minted lamb leg steaks today. So easy, so tasty, amazing product and a great way of using your legs of lamb. First thing I've got to do is get the shop set up for the day. So we'll do that now and then I'll show you how to prepare these amazing lamb leg steaks. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, this recipe couldn't be any more simple. All I've got is one leg of lamb here, beautiful, local to us lamb. I've just taken the hip bone out of there. I'm going to show you how to take off the shank, prepare this for boneless steaks, and then for the sauce to go with it, I've got this mint style glaze, very common in the UK, it's a great product, and I've also got a lovely blended mint and rosemary style marinade there, rapeseed based. Penetrates right into the meat and it's a lovely flavour in there. So we'll set these to one side for now. And then I'm just using a curved 6-inch boning knife. We're going to prepare these lamb steaks. So the first thing that I like to do is just locate where the shank meets the main leg bone that runs down here. And then we're just going to cut through that. Just like so. And then there's only one bone remaining in this leg here. It's really easy. What I like to do is, this part here is the top side. I like to keep this on the knife on the other side of the top side and run all the way down this leg bone. It's sort of, you can see where it goes. And you just want to run the knife in a nice confident stroke right to the end. And you'll see here, I've broke through, this is the kneecap, the patella. And you can see how we're going to loosen this bone from either direction. So all I do is, just with the tip of the knife, just come underneath, and then we can loosen it from this side here. Just keep that knife nice and tight against the bone. And we want to make sure that we get all the way through, and we're just rolling it out. I'm just doing this nice and slow, nice and steady, so you can see what's happening. And then we're going to go underneath it, and then we're just going to pull it and use a bit of leverage here, and it'll come out nice and clean. So at this point, what I like to do is take the top side off and get some steaks from there. So there's a natural seam that runs just in here. You can nearly just prise it apart with your fingers. Just find that seam there and run the knife down. And then in here, there's a bit of a nasty gland. So we're just going to cut around here. You see it in there? You just want to make sure all of this comes out. Just like so. Because we're doing sort of prime leg steaks, we're going to cut them this way. I like to just square it off where the kneecap ends, because these, you'll see here when I cut it, I'll just cut it about there. If we were to take steaks off there, they would sort of fall apart. They're not great. We can just take the kneecap out, and that'll be perfect for lamb kebabs or something like that. So at this point, we're ready to cut our lamb steaks. all I like to do is just bring this into a nice sort of shape. Using a steak knife, I'll go for that sort of thickness, something that's going to cook, you know, relatively quickly. I'll cut a few. You can see how premium and amazing they look. And this really is a top quality product, and it's a great way of using legs of lamb up. Even if you want to try this at home, you can buy yourself a nice leg of lamb and prepare some of these for your freezer. And that's the lamb rump there. And this part again I'll just put into lamb kebabs or something like that. And then with the top side, I just like to square this off. You can take a little bit of this fat off on the top if you want. I don't mind it left on there, so I'll probably just leave it on. And you'll see we're going to get sort of 4 lovely steaks there from that top side. So these steaks now are ready to be glazed and marinated. So all we're going to do is pop them into a mixing bowl. And then I just like to add in this glaze first. And this sort of serves 2 purposes. The glaze penetrates into the meat. There's a lot of sugar and salt in there, so it's going to help break down the meat sort of fibres. But it's also adding another layer of flavour in there. There's loads of herbs and things in there, and also it's going to help our oil-based marinade to stick to the meat. So here I just eyeball this. It's just enough to cover the steaks really. And then we're just going to get our hands in. And we can come back and add a little more if it's not quite enough. Just give those a good coat about. Just like so, and they're ready for display. So ready to display these steaks now. I've just got a lovely display tray here. You can see how good they look. It gives it a lot of eye appeal with this marinade on. You can see how glossy they look. And these won't last very long at all. And they're quite an affordable way for people to have a nice lamb meal, because lamb is very expensive. But you can see how good they look. And we'll just garnish those with a little bit of rosemary and thyme. And there you have it. Well, there you are, guys. How easy is that? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you give this a go yourself. An amazing product, so easy to do. And yeah, please give it a go. If you'd like to see anything that we do here, please leave a note in the comments below, and I'll more than happily show you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.